Pastors and ministers from every church in the community led the service as a way to get the community together and moving forward. KWQC's Danielle McCarthy was there and joins us live now. Danielle.
Yeah, it was a really moving sight to see as hundreds and hundreds of members of the community gathered right here around the rubble, many of them wearing these shirts right here that say Prophet Strong. And tonight was all about displaying that strength. The flames are long gone, but tonight the firefighters are here. Hundreds in the community coming together right here to say thank you.
We've received support in terms of money, in terms of food, in terms of clothing, obviously assistance fighting the fire from communities near and far.
And to say a prayer.
And that you are greater than what has happened here.
A prayer for hope, gratitude, and the future.
For his direction and his guidance to show us where we need to be in the future and how to rebuild.
Joining hands, they surrounded the rubble for a moment of silence. Many residents like Priscilla Nichols couldn't help but be overcome by emotion.
My whole childhood basically has been there. It's one of those things you see happen in other towns, but you don't ever think it's going to happen to you.
And now this community is ready to move forward. And as they came together in song, the firefighters decided to give even more to the community that has lost so much.
Feels really good. I'm glad I gave it back to the community. It gives me pride to serve the party.
Very nice. Very nice. This right here is one of the bricks that the firefighters were handing out to members of the community earlier today. They're still covered in ash and smell like smoke, but residents here say that they will cherish these bricks forever. Reporting live in Prophetstown, Danielle McCarthy, KWQC, TV6 News. Yeah, the fire was a month and a half ago, and take a look here. This is how the town still looks today. The cleanup is expected to cost the city about $160,000, and the cost of the rebuild is still unknown. Donations have been rolling in, though, from the community to make it all a reality, and one of the biggest donations is coming from a group of people the city might never know. It's a town where people say everybody knows everybody. So we asked just about everybody if they knew a particular group of farmers. Have you heard of this group of farmers that is donating corn to raise money for the rebuilding fund?
No.
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
I actually have not.
You don't know who they are?
I don't.
It's unbelievable.
It seems the mayor may be the only one in town who does know about this group.
The farmers in this area, a lot of them have come together and offered to donate sizable amounts for the cleanup and the rebuilding, and I guess the part that gets me the most is they want to remain anonymous.
That's right. Somewhere behind this field of corn is one of about a dozen farmers who want no recognition for what they're doing, selling about $50,000 worth of corn at this grain facility and giving all the money to the city's rebuilding fund.
A $50,000 donation to the city could be like night and day. That could get us out of the red for any cleanup expense.
So why make such a big donation? We were lucky enough to track down one of those anonymous farmers to explain.
I talked to the mayor. I says, what happens if the people don't have enough insurance and the city takes it over, and who's got to pay the difference? He said, well, the city will have to borrow the money and do it, you know. So I said, well, let me see what we can do. So that's what got it started.
And while they may never know who these farmers are, the community has a few things they'd like to tell them.
Well, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. Whoever is doing it is amazing.
But, you know, I kind of wish they'd let us know who they are so we could thank them.
In Prophetstown, Danielle McCarthy, KWQC TV6 News.
The mayor of Prophetstown says the city should be done cleaning up after the aftermath of the Main Street fire sometime tomorrow. The mid-July fire destroyed 8 businesses and estimated have caused about $4 million in damage. Insurance companies did end up covering a lot of that cost. But to make up for what they would not cover, the town started a fire victims fund. And today they told KWQC's Danielle McCarthy they're getting back on their feet with the help of 2 individuals with very big hearts.
The bricks are being hauled away. The smell of smoke no longer lingers in the air. And piles of dirt stand in place of the former buildings.
It's a relief to me to see the rubble gone because it helps the bad memories go away of the horrifying night.
Cindy Eric's restaurant may be gone, but the pain she and the other business owners feel is still very much alive.
It's kind of an empty feeling, but I stood here for 3 days last week watching them scoop out everything to see my building was the only one left with merchandise in it.
And just across the street from where that building stood, 2 women are working to ease the victims' pain.
We're helping friends and people that we treat like family, you know, and nothing can be more satisfying than knowing that you can help.
Kate Fisk and Jamie Mosher started selling these t-shirts back in July to raise money for the fire victims. And Monday morning, they were able to give them all the money they've raised so far.
It's been a rewarding experience, even though neither one of us did this to get rewarded for it. We weren't looking for any kind of congratulations or anything. We were doing it to help our friends.
The project began with the humble goal of selling 100 shirts, but quickly turned into somewhat of a second job as thousands of orders rolled in. Today, the pair has sold 2,300 shirts and raised $21,000 for the victims.
It'll help a lot, definitely, very much so. Yeah.
To me, I just feel so loved and so cared for. Jamie and Katie, they gave from the bottom of their heart.
Hearts that just might be the biggest in this small town.
Thank you all.
In Prophetstown, Danielle McCarthy, KWQC, TV6 News.
A nice touch. The city says it will give away the now empty lots for free as an incentive to bring in new businesses. The mayor says anyone interested can start building as soon as tomorrow.